God told me to do this video. Hopefully we'll get more people in here. Let me zoom in, y'all, a little bit here. Okay. So I'm waiting until we get more people in here. And while I'm waiting, I could just start my hair. If you have unexplainable sadness, watch this video. Okay? So while I'm waiting for more people to come in, I'm gonna touch up the back of my hair. If you have unexplainable sadness, watch this video. Okay? This means like you can't explain the sadness, okay? Like let's say that you're eating healthy, you're not eating a high fat diet, you're not going through something right now, and you just can't explain this random sadness. Okay? I'm gonna give you some reasons why that's happening. So while we're waiting for more people to come in, y'all, if you have unexplainable sadness, it's because you really are divine. Okay, let me explain something. The Creator made us in pairs, remember? The Creator sends angels to protect us in pairs. Angels don't really move alone, y'all. They're always among other angels. And this is in person. This isn't through no internet app. If you're feeling sad, it's because you probably have an old soul, and your soul remembers the old ways of doing things, of talking to people in person, going on lunch dates, you know, actually doing things offline a lot with somebody. Your soul remembers that. And when you are unable to get that type of experience in your life, that there's a sadness. Okay? Some of y'all will never ever feel like you belong on the internet, on these apps, on these social apps. Y'all never gonna feel that sadness go all the way away. Long as this world stays the way it is, where everybody is just always on the apps. Y'all, it's getting so bad that only people I see really like out in entertainment venues, other than um maybe a nightclub every now and then, I see a lot of older people, okay, talking to each other. The younger generation ain't even really talking to people unless that's their friend. The younger generation is messing things up. They think that they're not, okay? They think that in that protect my energy mindset, they think that that's fixing things, but it's not. I was at karaoke a couple of weeks ago, and all the young people weren't even talking to each other. They weren't even walking up to talk to each other. It was so weird. They were so segregated, and it's like, okay, that's a part of the problem, though. See, I think that we got segregation within segregation within segregation, and that's causing unexplainable sadness. I think we're way more segregated than we were during Martin Luther King's time. It's like it's so segregated. It's like dark skinned people versus light skinned, African looking people versus Native American looking black people, skinny people versus overweight people, bodybuilders versus skinny people. It's just so segregated that it's like making people sad. Okay, you can feel the segregation. You can feel it when you're out here. You can see it. You can literally see it. You can see how um it's all divided. Okay, people acting like we're not divided because we can randomly talk to each other online, but it's very divided. If y'all saw the analytics of my channel and other people's channels, y'all will see just how divided it is. Okay, like on my channel, there's hardly any young people that even watch my channel. Why is that? Like, why isn't there many 25-year-olds on my channels? I can tell you why. Because they're segregating themselves. They're segregating. Okay, it's being segregated. Like, oh, 25-year-olds hang out on channels of people that's only as old as 30. It's too much stereotyping. It's too much like to stereotyping gender, age, weight, all that stereotyping is causing a like a grayness in the energy field. It's causing people to be sad and can't explain why. Okay, it's starting to be very, very divided. It's way divided now. Cher was right when she said last year we're being set behind 40 years because that's how divided we're becoming. And it's almost like the half the world is sleeping, don't even want to see how divided we're actually becoming. Okay? I'm seeing this. I'm seeing how white people talk less to black people. Certain black people talk less to certain black people. It's like real covert division, and everyone's trying to act like it's not going on. It's wild. It's just real wild. People are in such paranoid. People are so paranoid and so like, oh, I gotta protect my energy because people are like, as a collective, people are like spending way too much time alone and don't realize that that's upsetting the balance in society. It's upsetting the energy flow. Somebody put a video on Quora talking about this, saying why are people too self-involved, too self-absorbed, and it's causing a problem. Okay? And frankly, I feel like I want to just get off the internet for a while, y'all. Maybe take a 5-month leave off on all social apps, even this one. Cause I just feel like it's just too much division. I'm tired of seeing all these wars up on YouTube. Africans arguing with blacks, blacks arguing with Africans, white folks arguing with black people on YouTube, black people arguing with white folks, manosphere arguing with feminists, and feminists arguing with manosphere. It's getting toxic, y'all. It's just too toxic. Okay? It's almost like because people can't, it's like people are not talking offline because they just dumping all this toxicity online. Okay? They're doing things online they know that they would, if they did in public, if they were always hating on a certain gender or group in public, people would say, you're toxic, we want you out of our city and our neighborhood. But it's like almost like people don't even want to talk offline unless they can be toxic. And since they can't be so toxic to people offline, since a lot of people aren't even talking offline, they just go online to be toxic. I remember when people used to have a more positive mindset, but now it's like every time you talk to somebody, it's like it goes negative. It goes negative. And then as soon as you call people out, they say, well, they try to justify the negative talk. They try to justify their negative mindset. And all this negative energy that's just pouring on the internet like this, it's creating unexplainable sadness in divine ones. So y'all, I really feel like I might need to just take 5 months of no talking. Do a channel that got silent videos. I know there's people who's starting to do that. Or maybe I might do a channel where there's just no commenting, no live videos. I might just stop live videos altogether and don't do them anymore. Because I just feel like people are coming in live videos, but still people are not really talking. People are really not trying to connect. It's so weird that people want to watch whoever they want to watch, complete strangers, but nobody wants to really connect. And it's just starting to give it, this world is starting to feel very, very creepy. I think that a lot of people are turning into creeps and they don't even know that they are. They're normalizing creepy behavior. And that type of creepy behavior, just pulling that random stranger's energy, it's causing people to be sad. Unexplainable sadness. People are obsessed with monitoring energy. I had somebody in the video earlier say, "It's nice to see you smile." And I started to say, "Shut the fuck up," because I smile. I don't have to smile on live videos. I don't have to smile for random strangers. See, if we was in the street and that dude walked up and said, "Smile," I would say, "Shut the fuck up, creep." But see, people think they can say whatever on these platforms. Okay? The world is acting like every stranger owes them likability. And it's getting like really crazy. People are like trying to control everybody's energy. I think that's starting to get demonic. Like if people don't want to smile, they don't have to smile. If black women don't want to smile, why do they have to smile? Why do we have to prove to people that we're smiling? See, that makes black women sad because it feels like, okay, I get, it's sad because I people still don't give me equality. When people just walking up to anybody online and saying, "Girl, you need to stop putting a perm in your hair," or because I don't have a perm in my hair. When people just say that out of nowhere, it's toxic, y'all. But people don't want to talk offline because they can't be toxic. They're scared they're going to get beat up for being toxic. So they get online and say whatever they want to say to random people. You know? When I had people on this channel say, "Smile. It's good to see you smile," I say, "Shut the fuck up," because I smile. I smile. I'm one of the funniest people and laughable people you could ever meet. It's just that I'm not smiling when I'm teaching a serious thing. Why do I have to smile? But it's just crazy because, and that makes me sad because it's like we haven't gotten nowhere. We can't even respect each other's energy. So why, it's still the same. Still the same, you know? Even though with the black community, everybody went and voted for Kamala, we still not respecting each other. We still won't respect each other's boundaries. And then I'm finding that people are just giving out unsolicited advice. Okay, there's a lot of black folks giving unsolicited advice to each other. You know, walking up, messaging and emailing, telling each other how we should look, what would work with each other's body. It's like, why? Why did you feel like I wanted advice from you? I don't understand this. I don't understand why people have gotten so comfortable. And then that's causing pollution, y'all. I think that unsolicited critique of somebody's looks is pollution. And that starts to make people feel a sadness that they don't even naturally have. I don't know. I just know I'm just tired of people screening everybody else's energy. People are screening people's energy too much. It's getting demonic. People are screening people's personality and monitoring it. It's real creepy. People are counting how many times somebody smiled in their presence, how often somebody wore their afro, how often somebody wear makeup. Man, it's gotten too narcissistic that it's I can't take it anymore. I really want to just leave America. It's Americans doing it. I get the most unsolicited critique from from non non-white Americans. I don't have white people giving me random critique and saying whatever they want to say to me. I don't have that happening. If you spam up the chat anymore, I'm gonna kick you out. Okay? I'm gonna kick you out. Delete all that mess out of here. I'm gonna block you on this channel. Do not spam my chat. Okay? Yeah, we used to get random compliments back in the 90s. Don't nobody do that no more. And if you give somebody a random compliment out here, they want to say, "Oh, you're a creep." You try to give random compliments to people out in these streets, and they look at you like you're a creep. It's people are just that, just that critical of each other's of energy of people's energy. I was at karaoke a couple weeks ago, minding my business, and these young girls walked up and they were talking. As soon as they saw me, they got cold. They turned to stone and stopped talking and just stared at me, like gritted on me. And I was like, wow, it's like that. Like, wow. It was like they was like trying to see if I was like if I wanted any of the guys they was with. They was monitoring my energy. It was like almost they thought that I it was like they expected some sort of negativity from me and didn't get it. It was weird, y'all. This is it's out of hand. You know, all this unnecessary cold type of energy given off to each other for no reason. Like don't even know each other, but like cold. It's like, wow. Like, where they do that at? I mean, just automatically. All this paranoia that your energy will be disrespected, it's really ridiculous. That's the straight up to me, that's becoming psychotic. I think people need therapy. If they always worried about their energy being disrespected, I think somebody's losing their damn mind. To think that people are so worried about you that much that you got to walk around and protecting your energy mode. To me, it sounds like mental health problems. I mean, I've been in places like gas stations, and I could feel that people were like trying to protect their energy from me, and I'm like, "What are you trying to protect your energy? I don't even know you. Like, I wasn't gonna say nothing mean to you," and it's just really weird. It's just it's y'all. It's creepy, but I only feel this coming from non-white people. I don't feel white people rushing to protect their energy from us. I feel black people treating each other like what that way, and it's getting toxic. I have white people say, "How you doing?" Blah, 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 you know. But black people, even though we say we voted for Kamala, why ain't we nicer to each other out in these streets though? It's like, what, did we vote for Kamala just to prove something to the white folks? Something that's not even true? That what we unified? How are we unified? We still ain't being nice up on the YouTube. We still ain't being nice. Look, white people can see how we treating each other on YouTube, so they're not falling for it. We can vote for Kamala and every black female president, female vice president that we want to, but they still see that we're being toxic up on YouTube. They still see how toxic we are to each other in these streets. I'm just keeping it real, y'all. So I'm just touching up my hair because it felt like it was going dry, and I don't want it to go dry. Yeah. Why don't I see black folks talking to each other out here? I see them walking with white folks. I see them walking by other black folks. I don't see them saying, "Hey, what's up?" whatever to, trying to meet other black folks. I don't see that happening. What I see is people pretending on YouTube and on these apps like they got black unity, but they damn sure don't got it in these streets. Okay, I'm not seeing it. And it's making some people, blacks are still sad because they're like, if we're so unified, why the hell is people still segregated out here? Like, because people are lying. People are lying. They still in that energy. Protect your energy from everybody. It's getting ridiculous, and I'm sick and tired of it. And I heard that it's starting to happen in Japan too. Somebody put a video up on YouTube said Japan's becoming very antisocial. I said, see, it's spreading. This weird. I think it's an entity that's causing people to be antisocial for no reason, for no explainable reason. It's just crazy. Like, oh, one person was toxic, so now I'm not going to talk to nobody. I'm going to go ahead and run and stay in my house for the rest of the week because somebody was toxic in the street. And people think they can tell people what kind of personality they should have. Like, you don't get to tell people what kind of personality. You get to not deal with them if you don't like their personality. But why would you run and hide away? All because one person was toxic, a few people were toxic. So now you're not talking to nobody in society. You're just going to go on. You're just going to go online and talk online. It's like, no, no. That's no. The best looking people I see are the people who are literally talking offline. Okay? See, all that sitting around on these apps is causing grief, y'all. I'm telling y'all. It's causing grief. It's hard to have breakthroughs when your streaming time, when your online time is so high. It's hard to have emotional breakthroughs when you're on these apps and all that negative energy is coming through to you. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure that my hair is moisturized, y'all. I didn't figure it out. Like, when you let that hair go dry, y'all, you cannot. I like before. See here, you cannot let it go dry. Like, just avoid it being dry. Otherwise, the breakage is. Oh, y'all, what did I do here? Okay, what's that noise? Otherwise, your hair start breaking out. I do need to repart this, but I felt like I really didn't want to mess with it too much. See, this has more. Yeah, y'all. I don't know what I did with this part. This part is not the best, but I'll work with it. I feel like my hair is growing fast. I've been doing rice water treatments on my hair, y'all. I've been doing rice water and hot oil treatments, and I can tell this hair is growing. It's growing. Because I swear I literally just did this and see, I know I got like an inch already. The hair is growing too fast. I can barely keep up with it. I refuse to let my hair go dry. I got to get some more of this jam, y'all. I'm out. When I really want this jam in my hair, I got to switch to the Fantasia. Well, y'all, I'm about to get off and watch Inglorious Bastards. I was watching that movie. That's one of my favorite movies with Brad Pitt, Inglorious Bastards. I love the way he said, killing Nazis is what we, scalping Nazis is what we do. You owe me, each one of y'all owe me 100 Nazi scalps. I love it when he say that. I said when he said that, I said, make it 200. Make it 200. I said 100 is still too low. Because they didn't just kill Jewish people. Them Nazis was killing Polish, black folks, Germans that refused to be a Nazi. I said it should have made everybody get, said 200, 200, bring 200 scalps. I'm going to buy that movie. That's my movie. Dude thought he was so slick, though. He thought he was untouchable. That Nazi dude thought he was untouchable. Got played. Got played. Well, I just love that movie because I just love it because it's like, now they got their comeuppance. Every one of them Nazis got their comeuppance. Dude thought, he was proving a, not the Nazi dude thought he was proving a point to his Nazi group by saying he ain't telling them where their troopers are. Man, that dude came out with that bat and was like, "Oh, really? Okay, let me go ahead and deal with you." He thought he was trying to prove something to his Nazi friends. See, they ain't gonna. They scared. I'm a Nazi. They're not gonna beat me up. They're not going to. They're not gonna do that. Dude came out with that bat and laughed the whole time. He just sat up there and laughed and laughed after he beat that dude's head in. I said, "Ha ha ha! Now, how bold are you? Now, how bold are you? How tough are you now? Where you see how those Nazis quickly changed their tune when they saw their captain get his head beat in with that bat. They quickly cleaned their act up. They quickly said, "Oh, See, they thought they was gonna get a fast death. They thought they was just gonna get shot or their throat slit. But Brad Pitt was like, "Nah, that's what they think." So he made sure that Nazi dude felt every single blow of that bat. That's my movie. No, it's not a comedy movie. It's not. It's called Inglorious Bastards. I love that movie. Like he thought that Nazi thought that dude was going back down when he was down in that basement. I said, watch what happened. That dude was like, well, I guess we're gonna have a showdown in here. He thought that dude was going back down because it was more Nazis in that basement than American soldiers. I think they were American. He thought they were going back down. Dude was like, my gun been on you since you sat down. He was like, the Nazi dude was like, no, 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 no. We're not leaving. He was like, I'm not leaving. Or whatever. The American soldier was like, my gun been on you since you sat down. I said, whoop, there it is. when he said that, I said that Nazi dude feels stupid. He thought he was the only one that had a gun on him. When he realized that they already had their guns on him, he looked at that's when he got nervous, like, oh shit. It's gonna be a tit for tat situation up in here. It's one of those movies that you gotta actually pay attention to. See, If you don't got a good attention span, you can't watch that movie. And Glorious Bastards require you to pay attention. Okay, all the parts of the movie is tied together. The beginning is tied to the middle and the end. It's all connected. So you have to pay attention. Like who they saying the character is, like the beer guy, the beer dude, the big beer dude. They tell you, they pretty much like tell you who some of the most vicious men are. The people that kill the most Nazis, they tell you who they are. Like the one dude that was in jail, he killed like 13 Nazi officers that were, sergeants and captains. He killed them in their sleep. They thought he wasn't going to do it because he was a German. They made him be a German soldier, and they thought that he was going to convert to Nazism, but he ended up killing the Nazis. They got played. They had that dude. They basically drafted that dude to work for Hitler. They thought he was going to do that, okay? Dude flipped the script and killed them all in their sleep. They got played. They got played. I love that movie. It just cracked me up because how everybody just kept getting played though. Everybody that thought they was tough and evil, they just kept getting played though. Even when the Nazi dude choked that lady out upstairs, he thought he had it made. Like, yeah, I got this figured out. I was able to choke her out upstairs. He came down there and thought he had it. Okay, thought he had it, but he got played though. he thought that he was going to get his freedom. He was going to get away with all those murders. But they already had a contingency plan. See, they had a contingency plan, and he fell right into the trap. The contingency plan was to make them think that they could take him to um the leader of that group that was scalping Nazis, Inglorious Bastards. The contingency plan was to make them think that there was somebody else who was in charge of the Glorious Bastards. Meanwhile, the captain was there at the theater the whole time. They got played. They got played. See? They thought that they was going to like do a trade. Like, I'll give you your men, the Glorious Bastards men, if you let me go. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, that dude, the captain, he was not going to let any Nazis go. It didn't matter if they captured his men. He already made that clear. The Nazis is going to get scalped no matter how many men they think they imprisoned of him. He told that dude down in the basement. He said, if you don't let her go, as soon as you come up here, we won't smoke you. He told that dude. He told that dude that. Like, you ain't getting out of here alive, so you can go ahead and think you're gonna kill one of our the woman that's on our side, but as soon as you kill one of our Inglorious Bastards, as soon as you come up here, they're gonna throw. He said they're gonna throw a grenade on them. That's what he said. He told him. He said, soon as if you do something, if you shoot me and you shoot her, they gonna throw a grenade down here and blow you up, and everybody else is left down here. Dude was like, okay, I'll put my gun down. That's what a Nazi dude said, I'll put my gun down. He didn't want a grenade thrown on him. Y'all, that movie is funny as hell. I find it funny how them Nazis kept getting played. That's what the hell they get. Y'all, they said not too long ago they were still catching them, hiding out. The Nazis that were like in their 20s. Some of them lived to be like 90. Okay? There was a guy on YouTube that told on a Nazi that was hiding out. His neighbor was a Nazi. I watched the whole video. I'm telling you no lie. If I would have known, if I knew my neighbor was a Nazi, I would have straight up tore down their property. I would have tore their property down to the ground. I would have trashed their straight property and their car, and then I would have turned them into the police. That's what I would have did. I would have made sure they had nothing. Whatever they were leaving to their kids wasn't much because I trashed it. And then I would have made sure that their generational wealth was trash. And then I would have called the police. Because they stole the generational wealth from everybody who wasn't German. They stole all that wealth. I would have saw if I had a Nazi living next door, I would have looked to see what car he had. I would have made it so that he would have to had called the police about his car. Then they would have ran his name and they would have caught his butt. I would have literally trashed his car and his property, and then what I said, and then I would have called the police and told them Nazi, okay, anonymous caller to report a Nazi living next door. And they would not even cared about his car and his house. They would have just only cared about putting him in jail. Telling you, I think that there needed to be some street justice for the Nazis. Meaning this, people needed to be allowed to beat them Nazis up in the street. I believe that anytime a Nazi was caught, it should have been, if you found a Nazi, feel free to beat them up publicly in the street. And the government should not even gave them a trial. There is no trial for a Nazi. I can't believe how they could even get a trial. Like, come on now, they're a Nazi. Everybody know that every one of them was killing, murders. So why did they need a trial? They shouldn't get trials. They were hiding out for years, running from the law. No. I think that after somebody is able to run from the law for murder, after they run from the law for 10 years, they should not be able to get a trial. It should be like, no, you're instantly in jail. We know you did it. No trial. You've been out for 10 years running from the law. No. No. You've been out. These Nazis were running from the law for like 70 years. No. You don't get a trial. You don't get a trial. You're not wasting the state's money. No. You didn't took enough money. You didn't took a lot of lives. No. 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 You don't get a trial. You go straight to death row. You straight to death row. Okay. That's how I feel about it, y'all. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna finish the rest of my hair. I think I'm gonna just put a hair tie around it so I can keep it separate. But looking better. All right, bye everybody. See y'all.